trade away. What's
Oh,
going
Enya.
on?
Not too much, man. How are you?
Fucking bangers, bro.
Enya was always good.
Always good. My dad used to listen to like Mad Enya all the time.
Why?
Because he's weird, dude.
He is Caucasian, so
anywho,
I'll excuse it.
Welcome to the After 8 Hours.
Hello.
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, that was your boy, JackJack 1620, in case you missed it. And I'm JayTi7N, your illustrious hosts for the most illustrious Pokemon Go podcast out there. We have a lot of things that have been going on recently. So we're in the 6th anniversary of Pogo, right?
Yes, I believe so.
6th anniversary of Pogo, July 6th, right? 2016? July 7th, 2016.
2016.
When it first came out.
Yeah.
Yeah, what day was it? Which number day was it?
It was 7/6. 16, I thought.
So 7/6? Okay, that's what I was
Yeah.
saying. That's what I was saying. July 6th or July 7th?
Yeah, sorry.
But anyway, point
trading, my
is,
bad.
we are in the 6th anniversary of Pokemon Go, so there's been some cool anniversary events. It's the first time you can get a washing machine rotom if you didn't play in any of the pay events in the past.
Right, so if you do all those long missions, it's the anniversary mission that has like 6 phases, I believe.
Yeah, and I mean,
there's a lot of fucking steps to
it's
it. I
always
know
like
that.
so obnoxious, like because the last phase of all those things is always just like, just here's free like dog shit experience. Enjoy that.
Right. Again,
it'd be greater if the experience actually mattered, but it's always like 150 experience, 400 experience.
They just kind of give it out willy nilly,
Like
which to me, I'm like, make it worth our while. Like,
fucker,
help those people trying to get to level
more
50.
experience. I don't need 500 here or there. I don't need your experience pittance. Okay?
When do you think? Random question. When do you think they're gonna bump up it to 60, level 60?
Level 60? When they run out of fucking generations of Pokemon?
Well, that'll be like next year.
Well, I mean,
basically,
kind of,
because they're coming up, like, because they're just kind of rushing through it.
Well,
they're still waiting on all those
don't forget,
other.
Gen 9's coming out this year on.
I know. I can't fucking wait.
So okay, Scarlet Violet's coming out. That's Gen 9.
But they're not gonna jump into that right away. That'll take like 2 years.
They still have 8th Gen. They still have Galar to get through.
Yeah, because I was looking at it for the whole Geno Day. Geno technically released 2 years ago, and then we just got its day.
Yeah.
So I figured for that, any new dragons or something that come out.
Yeah, we still need it. There's going to be a Goomy Day.
Goomy Day.
I love a Noibat Day.
No, they have to do Noibat. Because he's basically the equivalent of a fucking, like Magikarp.
They're still going to do those. I don't... they haven't done the new starters. Or the Gen 6 starters. Or Gen 7 starters.
That we still have plenty of fucking...
I imagine that'll be
legendaries
eventually.
And mythical boys.
Exactly. So, I mean, they'll still find a way to milk this fucking cow for another year or two. It'll be a good time. But...
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's what it is. So to answer your question, bump it up to level 60 is when they desperately need people to buy more stuff.
Well, I just want them again to give the OG players some sort of perk. Like, I am enjoying this event. It's been 6 years. I can't believe it has been 6.
Yeah.
And we have a Pikachu with a cake hat, which, again, we've been seeing Pikachus with costumes for 6 fucking years.
Please stop. Pick a new Pokemon.
Pick Eevee, pick Squirtle, pick Piplup, pick Shuckle.
Shuckle would be great.
Obviously, they have Snorlax getting its howdy do as a cowboy.
Okay, Cowboy Hat Snorlax is the greatest Pokemon.
Which, again, is something I do want them to bring to just everyone, because actually I'm a little bit fucking jealous about that.
I'm telling you, dude, it'll be in the makeup event.
It better fucking
the finale. The built-in makeup event.
Yeah, the built-in makeup event. I want him there, please.
It'll be in the finale.
Please, Lord, have him there.
For those that don't know,
Put that
it
into
is
the
exclusive
universe.
to in-person Pokemon Go Fest right now. So they just had it in Berlin. Saw a couple of YouTubers and content creators, a couple of posts about it online. Some of our random friends that were able to make it out to Berlin.
Yes, I heard a lot of good fucking things.
Five shiny Cowboy Hat Snorlaxes, and I'm like, please give me one of those.
The 2-minute unknown kind of like spawns.
Actually, we can talk about
hour.
that for a bit, because like
I want to dive
into
that.
So the kind of the general consensus of the Pokemon Go global event that we started with, everyone got to play. You still had to buy the ticket for, which is kind of nuts. But you got to play it globally or whatever. Consensus was kind of shitty because the shiny rates were not great. Some of the Pokemon that were out were pretty cool. Like, we were excited about those.
Yes,
and
definitely.
like we still had some opportunities, but like it's still kind of funky. And overall, like, I think a lot of it had to do with the shiny rates. Just
is the shiny rates,
abysmal.
and then again, the thing that I never hear about from these people who had like obviously had not so great turnout or like results for themselves was like how dedicated were you playing? Because I know some people were like just kind of, there's a lot of filthy casuals out there who maybe turn on their phone for like 5 minutes, maybe they're working, or maybe they just spent an hour doing it thinking that's all they needed to do because Community Day they get more and they think they're the same and they're not, because there's way more Pokemon out there. Plus again, when people do silly things like set weird lures like glacial lures that are turning up like Venonats and shit, or like the Mossy lure, because we were getting like Venonats and shit that wasn't even part of the day.
We were trying to eat and just vibe, and then it's just like, wait a second, why is there it's like during the ice habitat, but someone threw a Mossy lure down. Right,
and people don't realize like you gotta just use regular like lures. Yeah. And obviously incense were fucking messed over for that event, and they decided to change it. I mean,
I think I label every Pokemon Go event with the YMMV, which is your mileage may vary.
I've never heard that.
Typically what that's used for, like all those kind of those deal searchers. So if you're on Twitter, there's a dude named Wario64, and all he does is post like super good deals. It's usually like, oh, they price errored this, so you can go buy something that's usually $300.
I see those
for, like,
people
for
on like TikToks doing the same thing.
So they're on like TikTok, they're on Tumblr. I think one of the more famous examples is Wario64 on Twitter.
Intriguing.
He's got 1 billion followers, not really 1 billion, but anyway. Point is like some of those deals are like local deals. He's like, your local Walmart might have a PS5, and then he'll always slap on YMMV on those types of posts because like not everyone's going to have that opportunity. So I like to slap that onto Pokemon Go events because, like you said, depends on how dedicated you are. Like in these events, like if you want to casually play it, more power to you.
Yeah, no one's stopping
but
you.
Just understand like the way that incenses and lures work is like the more active you are, the more they're going to be spawning.
And then also the benefits of third-party catcher systems, Pokeballs and gotchas.
Like your gotchas and
that shit was a game changer in my opinion.
No, it was a complete game changer. Like I was a little sad I didn't bring mine for day 2 of the Go Fest because I was like, hey, everyone's like, oh shit, I just caught like, I got way more, 3 more shinies today, which is at least 300% more than some people got,
Yes.
But they still got some on the gotcha, which is super cool. And like you said, that's a game changer. You can't really get that if you're sitting at home playing casually. I mean, I can have my gotcha running, but it's going to get one every 5 minutes or whatever the random rates are.
If it doesn't disconnect itself first.
But like, obviously, again, play however you want to play. But if you're playing casually, don't expect a great turnout in those types of events, especially as Niantic's pushing us towards more in-person stuff going on anyway. So, yeah, I think that's a big part of it. Kind of, like you said, how dedicated were you? We were trying to make an event of it. We're like, hey, we got a crew that we're probably going to roll with. Shouts to Joe Buttmunch, shouts to
Dotman X, and
Dotman. Shouts to the people that we usually run into.
Yeah.
And then shouts to anyone else that runs into us randomly. It's like, hey, can I tag along? Of course you can. We're just going to crack jokes and melt in the heat, but still play game. And
try to run to different shade spots.
Yeah. Dive.
It's that, like, we'll help you if your phone's fucking running low.
Yeah.
We usually have our jackeries or different battery packs ready.
Everyone's juiced. Everyone's loaded. Everyone's got bags. It's like, oh, you want some
extension
water?
Cords.
Here's a little snack pack. We're going to get you until, lunch. We're going to go chill, still enjoy each other's company. It's a great time. So, like I said, we make an event out of it. And we usually, at least recently, been clearing out our weekends. We have the benefit of not working weekends.
Thank God.
But like even then, made sure, hey, I don't really have any plans. I'm not going to go meet up with any hot dates. I'm not going to go do this. I might do that later. My hot date is Pokemon Go. Whatever is fun.
Even one of my dates like understood that. They're like, "How did your event go?" And I was like, "Good."
Like, good,
They like people understand, but at the same time, I
gotta hit the milk shot.
Milk. Wow. But it's one of those things, at least like with Pokemon out and like with Berlin, it sounded like everything went really well. Like people were really excited. I saw a fuck ton of pictures. I saw like I didn't get the invite for any Ultra Beast, which I was kind of sad about, but at the same time I know they're going to show up at some point, so who really fucking cares?
Yeah, they'll release them all in the future.
I do want Buzzwole because I want buff ass B.
Well, that'll be
Like,
at
that's Seattle. Yeah, which
That'll
will
be at
be
Seattle.
in like 2 weeks, which is dope.
Yeah.
And then obviously, what else has been going on? So obviously, the season of Ghost still going on. So I'm still trying to do those 2 special trades.
Well, I was going to talk about just GoFest Berlin real quick.
Oh,
And the
go
other
back.
in-person ones. So those of you that are going to Seattle, that's really cool. Like, you know, I've been mulling it over. Like, oh, I kind of wish I was going. Have a surgery. Couldn't go even if I wanted to.
You could. It'd just be rough.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
It would be hella rough.
I wouldn't be able to do anything. But anywho, the in-person GoFest event turned out to be pretty damn good. Even like in Berlin, and on a couple of days they were having a little bit rainy weather. The park they chose is a beautiful park, wonderful, had good amounts of shade, good amounts of everything kind of going on, fun to walk through. But like you said, one of the coolest things they did is like the beginning of every hour is like an unknown invasion, because that was a big thing that people want the shiny unknown, people want unknown in general because they're rare. So like at our remote GoFest or whatever you want to call it, people were still popping on those. Like, oh shit, there's an unknown, I'm gonna tap it. But you know, we were having the incense issues where like, oh, I tapped on it, it disappeared.
Yeah,
so
they
that
were
was
just
already
way
frustrating.
too fucking quick.
Versus like in Berlin, and I'm assuming it's gonna happen for the rest of the in-person GoFests. But it's like, here you go. At the beginning of every hour, there's a 2-minute window where you just get bombarded with unknown, which is so cool.
Which is amazing because then you could shiny check for 2 minutes. So you got to be really quick. Obviously, I hope people learn the thing I just learned, which is making sure your phone's refresh rate is there.
Oh yeah.
So do you want to explain that real quick in case people were stupid like I was?
So like if you, and it's this, the issue is only really on iPhones. On Androids it already kind of happens automatically. So if you have a phone with a screen that has a refresh rate of like 60 hertz plus, your game can run a lot smoother. Now, you know, the trade-off is it does take a little bit more battery because your phone is literally refreshing at least twice the normal speed than it was, but it's pretty negligible with current, like, I would say advanced phone technology out there. So you know, I got my iPhone 13 recently.
So cool.
I still think that Pokemon Go runs better on iPhones. That's my completely unbiased opinion. I did come over from a few Android devices back to iPhone. But anyway, if you're running an iPhone, if you go into your settings on Pokemon Go, you go to advanced settings, there's a native refresh rate. You can check that little thing, and it says unlock your device's native refresh rate for higher FPS. If you have a newer iPhone, and I think it goes back to like iPhone 10 or something like that, any of the iPhones with a notch on it essentially, you should have a higher refresh rate, so that could bump it up to 60 FPS, which makes your game run a lot smoother. And some of the you might have seen it on maybe your friends' phones. Like, why is your battling look so smooth? It's actually a little uncanny at first.
Yeah,
it's so quick.
It threw me the fuck off.
Your eyes are just like, trying to adjust
wait.
to everything because it's literally twice the frames are happening.
Oh yeah,
and so, but where that comes into play is like when Pokemon are spawning on the map. When you're checking, it just runs smoother and quicker.
Oh yeah, I was able to check at twice the speed, obviously, because I'm just like, whoo. Yeah. And it was weird getting used to, obviously, like how I throw my Pokeball, how I do this, because
it's quick.
Everything is moving faster. But it was so much nicer, and you get used to it pretty quick, again, if you're active.
Yeah. And now if you turn that off, it looks like really janky to you. You're like, what is happening? Like if you went to like, you know, an iPad that didn't have that feature or something like that, because it is like, it's alarming. But like I said, so if you're on Android, really easy. It usually just happens automatically. But on iOS, go to your settings, advanced settings, and it'll say unlock your native refresh rate. If you haven't done that yet,
do it.
You'll notice probably a world of difference.
It's so nice.
It's super good, and it's super key for these events where you're spawning a ton.
Yeah.
You tap on things. You know, the faster your shit's refreshing, the faster you're gonna be able to tap on stuff. And I like, you know, I love technology. I love higher FPS in general on my TVs, monitors, phone, etc.
All that jazz.
So I think it's really cool, and my eyes have adjusted to it. So when I see things in 30 FPS, unless it's a film, because those are meant to be like that,
right?
You don't want the soap opera effect, is what they call it. You know what I'm talking about?
I do not.
With movies or shows. Anyway, look up the soap opera effect for shows. If you have a higher refresh rate on some of those things, it's like uncanny. It's like really weird.
Oh.
Because a lot of the times film is shot in like 30 or even 24 FPS.
Oh, okay.
But anywhu, I diverged. Point is,
all I think about is like those security cams where they capture like birds flying and the bird's wings aren't moving because
because it's the same.
It's at
FPS.
a different so just the bird looks like it's hovering.
Or my favorite's
awkwardly.
like the helicopter too.
Oh
like
yeah,
the cameras that hit the helicopter and like, hey, the propeller's supposed to be spinning, right? And it just looks like it's just floating up.
Yeah, that's so cool.
It's pretty cool. I was actually just thinking about that the other day. It's weird. But anywho,
we're on the same wavelength now.
So with the Go Fest Germany, like it said, it seemed really interesting. A lot of people were reporting that it just felt like a better event in general compared to the remote event, and like that's probably to be expected.
Niantic's learning
because they want to make sure that their in-person event's going to be good because they want you to spend a lot of money to go to in-person events.
They want their money.
But anyway, I didn't really track how the choose your path went in person comparatively. I imagine it was okay. I didn't mind it for the remote one. We chose the quote hardest path.
Yeah,
unquote,
the master, whatever.
Wasn't even,
just like, do it.
It wasn't even that fucking hard. So, but anyway, so I got a little jealous of the people in Berlin, doing the in-person Go
Mainly
Fest.
for the Snorlax.
I was like, I want that cowboy hat Snorlax. But just like in general, it seemed like a really good event. People were enjoying themselves. And I love to see it. So any of you guys going to Seattle, I think that'll be really cool. There's going to be a rotation of Pokemon. Right now we have, I know some people were actually kind of upset about Pansear being available worldwide because it's like that
was supposed to be exclusive.
Yeah, and it's a regional exclusive.
Yeah.
So people were like, well, I already see Pansear. Why are we getting Pansear spawns now? It's like, well, you'll get a rotation of the other two fucking monkeys.
Yeah,
with the other Go Fest. Like that's how. Unless for some reason we all decide to like boycott Pokemon Go and we don't do the global challenge, but it's like it's set up to almost never fail. Because like remember when we were in danger of failing a challenge, they just lowered the fucking requirement anyway.
Did they? That
was what the instinct.
Yeah, I was like, come on, instinct, pull your weight. It's
like
there's only like 100 of us.
Yeah, there's literally 100 people trying to do 1 million people's worth of work. So, more power to you, instinct peoples or whatever. But,
the chosen ones.
The chosen ones, sure. Chosen, destined for the trash can.
Shut the fuck up.
But so yeah, that event was like super cool. Actually, speaking of global or regional exclusives, I wanted to talk about this because I'm sick of 7K eggs.
Okay.
And so recently, with the anniversary event, I was like hatch a couple eggs, and I was sitting on a bunch of incubators still, and I've been trying to be better about opening my gifts.
Mm-hmm.
And
a lot of people could be better.
I don't spin a lot of stops because I don't do a bunch of rounds, especially when I'm working from home. I have a couple stops over there to stop over there,
mm-hmm.
and I might hit those, and that's about it. So I don't spin a lot of stops every day, and I don't really fight. I don't do like the balloons or anything.
For shame.
So most of my eggs come from gifts.
Okay.
All right. Normally, you'd think you'd want an egg from a gift, just without knowing what's in the egg pool, because that seems pretty cool. I'm getting a gift from a friend, whether they're in the same area as I'm playing in or they're across the fucking world. I'm getting a gift from them. And like you think that'd be a great opportunity to maybe put regional exclusives in an egg. I would much rather have those gifts.
Niantic will never.
If I'm doing that, I would much rather have just about any other Pokemon than the fucking Pokemon that have been in the 7K eggs for like what years now. I'm just like rotate them. I don't understand. Like you're rotating your 5 and 2 and 10Ks, and I get it. It's because they're dropping out of stops. Rotate the 7Ks. Like, they've been around for long enough. Mm-hmm. You've even put that shit during Season Alola in your research breakthroughs. Like, rotate those 7Ks. And they do some of those events where it's like the regional exclusives, the OG Kanto ones.
Yeah.
That was fun. That's how you got the shiny ones. I was going through some of my old shinies. It's like, oh, that's right. I got a shiny Mr. Mime and Farfetch from that shit.
And that shit was dope.
Cool. They never brought that back. That was one of those things where like, oh, Niantic's going to bring it back. My bad, peeps. Point is,
they lied to us.
They're just like, nah, fuck that. You're gonna get.
They gave us a taste.
1,476 billion Alolan Meowth. Probably the same Alolan Geodude, Alolan Diglett. I'm even having to shred Alolan Vulpix, and you made me do that, Niantic.
You
Fix your fucking shit, all right? Change the eggs, the egg Pokemon for 7Ks. I don't understand.
They are. I try it now actively. I just open up all my gifts first thing in the morning when I know my egg roster's full.
That's what I'm saying.
Just to not have an
I have
egg.
to adjust. I have to adjust. I'd rather have. Obviously, I'd rather
It's
have
so sad.
a litany of 12K eggs to try to get Sandalit, a female Sandalit.
Right.
Because when I do get Sandalit, it's male. But
Yeah, I keep getting. I just typed in hatched on my thing, so I get Emolgas.
Okay.
I get Yangooses, a lot of them. Volibes that are not shiny. Slowpokes. Yeah, it's not cool that Leo, Scraggies, Sundials, Panchams, Riolus, Tyrogues, Vulpix, Rockruff, Mantikes. Yeah, just not a lot of things. Even I like good stats.
Yeah, bro.
Rowlets.
Stunfisk.
Like, why? Why? Poor K. Like
Farfetch'd, Galarian Farfetch'd, Darmok, Whalmer. I'm still getting those. Yeah, fucking figure it out. Okay, that's all I'm saying. Just like rotate the 7Ks. That's a perfect opportunity. You want this whole season of whatever to go, and like unfortunately, I'm saying this right now when it's like season of Go, so they'd probably rotate it into like Cantonian starters or some bullshit. But like,
well, I think you could check the egg roster now. Like, if you check leakduck.com, they do have their little egg roster thing.
Oh, that's
true. I think it does have the breakdown of what's in 7Ks.
Okay.
And again, what's been there has been there for, I feel like, ever.
That's my point. 2 and 5Ks rotate. All right.
Yeah.
And then the Adventure Sync rewards, I respect that. Those rotate too.
Those have been pretty decent.
The 10Ks, those will rotate, kind of. At least there's not Feebas in here anymore.
Thank fucking God.
The 12Ks, they have some cool Pokemon. I love you, Absol. I don't need any more of you. Larvitars, please keep away from me.
They just need to increase the shiny rates in the Aggies too.
Yeah, but like, it's this fucking 7K, all right? They added the Galarian, so the Zigzagoon, the Slowpoke, and the Ponyta, and the Darumaka, and I guess the Meowth. I'm sick of Meowth. They added those, and the Stunfisk, and that's it. That's how they changed that egg. They're like,
they just added more.
Hey, you know what we're gonna do?
To the mix.
We haven't officially, finally, because the Alolans were added a year or two ago.
Yeah.
Before they got into Gen 7 and Pokemon Go proper. So they're like, hey, there's these new fucking regional in-game region exclusives or whatever. That we haven't even explored that because Galarian is Galar is Gen 8. We haven't explored that yet, so just throw them in eggs, I guess. Because what's going to happen, instead of rotating this pool out like they fucking should, it's going to be like Hisuian forms are going to be added to 7K eggs, which will be fun.
It's going to be pure fuckery.
Fun for 10 seconds.
Yeah, because I think that is in the code that I do recall is like those boys are added.
Yeah, like
I'm just like, I still just want fucking Mimikyu.
Mimikyu.
But here, let's just add other things to eggs that we don't really need.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
other bullshit.
Like I want Hisuian Growlithe, but I'd rather be able to just go hunt it.
Yeah,
like
I want him in the
wild. Throw it in the wild, bro. Anyway,
him be free.
I'm sick of 7Ks. So like this, and I got on this tangent because we're talking about regional exclusive monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and I don't even like fucking monkeys, but I'd rather see those in 7K eggs.
Right, and shiny potential.
Or the different forms of Oricorios. Like yeah, it'd be great to be able to travel. And I know that'll lessen.
I think they even added. Scroll up a bit on that.
Yeah, what's up?
So for 5Ks, they added the Alolans that can't even be shiny. So I'm like, why? I don't want to get 5Ks if I know they're in the box.
If I hatch another fucking Popplio, I'm gonna lose my mind. Yeah, I agree.
And then as soon as they have the shiny availability, then they're not gonna even be there anymore.
Yeah, they'll rotate it out.
Yeah, you're just gonna be like, really, bitch? Like you just, I caught all these ones because that's what happened with Volby. Once they made Volby shiny, I haven't seen Volby in like a hot minute.
It's been 84 years according to Titanic. So
84 years.
It's just like that kind of shit. But anywho, I digress. Your eggs suck. I don't want to buy incubators. It's a ripoff.
Well, I'm glad buying the TCG boxes that we can get an incubator potentially.
At least I got an
from those
incubator out
codes.
of the TCG box.
I'll just save it for something worthwhile when they do those
Um,
custom egg events.
Yeah, you might.
Or they're just like, yeah, and the eggs will now for this week and this week only be this.
Like I said, it just
Right.
interrupts my play pattern because I've been trying to be better about opening gifts, but I'm at this point where like I either have to fill out my egg roster
Mm-hmm.
or like by going around and spinning stops, which maybe I should just fucking do.
It's
Or
better.
or it's just like, and then hopefully just sit on those before opening gifts. And I don't want to wait to open gifts. It's nice to be able to just try to open my gifts because everyone will stop yelling at me. For opening
We
gifts.
will never stop yelling
That's true.
at you.
I'll never even be consistent about opening gifts anyway. But it's a pipe dream at this point. But either way, point is like my play pattern could be smoother if I didn't have to not want 7K eggs. So make me want them again, and then I'll
Mhm.
buy incubators. Actually, I'll buy incubators once you introduce breeding. You fucking cowards.
They're not. I feel that's just a lost cause now at this rate.
One day. I'm telling you, okay, that's the other thing. So we talked about this before the podcast started. You're like, hey, what's going to happen when they run out of generations of Pokemon? They're going to increase the level to 60 and they're going to introduce breeding.
Okay.
They're sitting on shit that they know is going to be like the fucking fishing line. Oh, I'm going to reel those motherfuckers back.
They just lost too many of the OGs, and I miss them.
That's true. It's true. But, like,
I miss
again,
the
and
OG
we've talked about it a
players.
billion times before, this game survives on the IP of Pokemon.
I know.
Because Niantic's other ventures have gone
and they're
terribly
wondering
wrong.
why, and it's
And
just
like they've recently laid off I think it's like 8% of their staff, which is amounts
So
to about
sad.
90 people.
Mm.
And they've shut down. I think they shut down 4 other projects that they were working on.
I wonder how that one with the little Pokemon S looking.
Oh,
things-
it's like their own game.
Yeah.
That's similar to Pokemon. I think they're still working on that one, but like, and they had like the weird ones that I just didn't understand how it was gonna work. Like there's a Transformer one that they were working on that's gone. They're doing like this weird NBA one that doesn't make any sense to me. I'm like, do I just capture
Train
fucking basketball players and then have them fight each other? Because that'd be kind of funny. But
Mortal Kombat.
yeah, sure. I would buy a Mortal Kombat version before I buy an NBA version.
True.
But, he's like, oh, I caught Scorpion. Get over here. And then he beats the fuck out of Sonya Blade or whatever in the streets. Kind of vibing with that. But,
Doc.
yeah, I don't know. Like I said, the game exists and survives on the IP of Pokemon, which is great. It's lightning in a bottle, and they're desperately trying to capture lightning in a bottle
Reinvent
again.
it, and it's not.
Um,
To me, the only thing they could do is Digimon.
So half the shit's like bare minimum. Digimon in the wild? That'd be kind of wild.
Yeah.
I think maybe.
Or do
potentially.
Monster Hunter and just do it. to where
Monster
you can
Hunter would
play.
be fun.
Yeah, I think just
Because then I'd actually raid. I wonder how that would work too.
that. I'm putting that out there for you, Niantic. Like,
Monster
take advantage of it.
Hunter. That'd be fucking sick, actually.
They could even reinvent Monster Rancher.
Oh god, Monster Ranch.
You remember that one?
Yeah, of course I do. It's the eyeball. I'll never forget.
Yeah, that shit was crazy.
But anywho, so we had like you were saying earlier, we had Go Fest Berlin, Go Fest Seattle's coming up, and then after that would be Go Fest Sapporo in Japan. That would be pretty cool. More opportunities for cowboy hats, Snorlaxes for you lucky few.
I envy you, bitches.
And some really cool stuff. And then we'll probably get it for the makeup event or some bullshit.
I really hope so.
But
I've
there's
already
no
talked to
guarantee.
trainers going. I'm like, if we get lucky friends, can I get one of
Hold
those
that-
from you,
hold that Snorlax.
please?
I will suck your dick for 69 CP Snorlax.
That is his
Cowboy hat?
offer.
No, anyway.
That is JayTi7N's offer. You could find him at.
That's true. Hit me on my ats at JayTi7N.com. So then, we got Pokemon Go anniversary event that's been going on. Kind of talked about that a little bit.
It's been cool.
It's been
Zapdos has been the highlight
Cool.
because he's back.
Zapdos is back.
If you're trying to do the mega thing, like trying to boost up your mega leveling, it's a great time for Bulbasaur, Charmander, and all that for their final forms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Obviously, you can get them shiny, and then Charizard could potentially have a party hat. I actually got fucking lucky and was like, in my orphanage of accounts, I was logging in, logging out, trying to capture one. And I got a fucking shiny, so I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah, that shit's cool, man.
So he looks pretty dope. I should probably make him my buddy. It is so
nice. Again, I will say one thing that's been kind of cool about the anniversary event is like the random wild Charizard.
Yeah, he's dope.
I was downtown the other day, it was literally yesterday, and there was a wild Dragonite.
Oh, yeah.
And there was a wild Vaporeon. And that just took me back to, like, the first year of Pokemon Go. When, like...
I'd find, like, Jolteons at churches. And I was like, what are you doing here?
when we were so close to world peace. Because everyone was working together to catch Pokemon. Like, the Nidoqueen at... Utah Park, yeah.
Oh, man.
You know...
That was such an adventure.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I was just, like, I was taken back to that moment. And I was like, oh, that was a good time.
How many...
That's a core memory for Pokemon
was that, Go. Weren't we trying to get that Nidoqueen for, like, 45 minutes?
Yeah, because I only had, like, Pokeballs, and I had, like, over 100, but it was breaking out of every one of them. I swore it was going to run on me, and then eventually it was caught.
It was like, I'm done. I'm tired.
Like, hell yeah, dude. Wild Nidoqueen, that's so sick.
Radicati.
No, yeah, Radicati, babe.
Yeah, there's a Radicati there.
Radicati over here. You know, so I was like, I was going through Pokemon Go core memories. It was a good time.
Oh.
But anyway, so that was like the one highlight of the anniversary event. Otherwise, you know, it's a pretty solid event. There's some cool stuff. And again, you can get the washing machine Rotom for the first time, not behind a paywall, if you're diligent about the steps. Speaking of which, GoFest, they had Lawnmower Rotom, I'm pretty sure it was. So hopefully that comes out to us
jealous.
In the future too. Lawnmower Rotom's cool. Cute. I just like all the Rotoms. They're just cute.
So if you're not familiar with Rotom is like a ghost electric, and he turns into different devices. So there's like a fridge, the oven, the washing machine. What else is he? He's like a fan?
Yeah.
I think there's one more
for like flying, because like it changes its type based on whatever it's inhabiting.
Yeah, whatever device it.
So the lawnmower one's grass. The washing machine one's water.
The is there a freezer?
I think there's something like that. I don't remember all the Rotom forms, to be honest, but
I don't know. I don't know.
Wow.
But either way, they're really cool, and that's something I'm kind of excited for them to bring into the game.
Yeah, and then like you said, and then the other part is the Ultra Beast. So they had the cockroach silver dollar
cockroach queen,
whatever her name is.
Pheromosa,
there you go. Which is the worst one of the Ultra Beasts so far. Rip Pheromosa, but you know, it's still fun to catch. And then that was cool, but again, Seattle will have Buzzwole, and that's the one I want the most. I want shiny Buzzwole, but
he was dope.
Eventually they'll fucking trickle out shiny Ultra Beasts because, you know, oh no, players aren't playing enough, or whatever. So that's pretty cool. Still working through Season to Go now. An event that's coming up pretty soon is going to be the Starly Community Day,
which we forecasted.
Yeah, actually, honestly did.
We actually did.
So it's going to be Sunday, July 17th.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty cool. It's before my surgery. Before Pokemon Go Seattle, for those of you going. Starly might not be exciting for some people. I'm excited for it because I love Staraptor. That was probably one of my favorite flyers. That was one of my main team in Gen 4.
He was?
Yeah, Staraptor. Because it was my flyer, and I just kept it all the way through.
Oh.
And so, like, I have a soft spot for Staraptor in general.
All right.
But, you know, shiny Starly is cool. Again, it would have been a little nice if they would have done, like, Starly Pidove combo or something like that. Eventually, they just got to do multiple Pokemon.
I just want all the little birdies.
Like, I understand Niantic. You can stretch out these fucking community days to, like, one Pokemon each, but eventually...
Just start comboing them.
I guarantee.
I want mortal enemies. I want like Zangoose and
Seviper. When they introduce evolutions in Scarlet Violet, like Zangoose and Seviper can evolve or some shit like that.
Ooh, that'd be so dope.
And then you know that would be cool. No, I'd love to see stuff like that.
Yeah, I'd be like, oh shit, they're just like, what up?
Like why wasn't it Caterpie and Weedle at the same time?
It should have been.
But anyway, point is,
it should have been.
So we got the Starly Community Day. So you'll get little shiny Starlies all the way up to Staraptors. I rephrase that. You will be able to evolve it.
So they're not gonna. Well, are they doing the same thing with the
like Staravia, like they did with Zweilous? I don't think they're doing that with.
I thought they are.
Are they?
I thought they are. Because it should have like a bonus component.
I know it'll be.
Yeah, see, look.
Are you talking about the raid thing at the end?
No, I mean.
You're talking about like they're popping in the wild.
Popping in the wild, like how they were all out for
the
first.
Well, I know it's basically Zweilous Community Day.
Right, so they're going to do that with Staravia.
I don't know if they're going to do that with Staravia. I think they're doing the raid thing, though.
Because
that was better, in my opinion. Was
the raid thing was dope.
Raiding the 4-star second evolution, and then everything spawned thereafter.
Well, I just wasn't sure. So 3-hour event. So it looks like they'll do the 4-star raids with them showing up for 30 minutes. So that will continue.
So the raid thing will continue after.
But what about during the actual 3-hour event?
No, I think they're changing it.
Well, that's what I just want to read. So 3 times the catch bonus near the stops. Okay.
So the feature for this one, in terms of like the kind of bonus thing that they're trying to do, is going to be that like the one you were talking about near the stops, the bonus for the group. So the last time is the more people were playing around stops, Zweilous would spawn, everywhere. And it ended up being the case where it was just everywhere. Yeah. So if you're playing, especially you're playing with people, and AMC was kind of busy.
I can't even
it was
imagine
like
how fucking downtown
was.
was.
Exactly.
Like you wouldn't be able to see a Dino to save your fucking life.
That was the bonus for that one. In this one, it's just going to be, it's going to be when you catch Pokemon from that lure module, instead of Staravia's coming to it, you're going to get a 4 times bonus XP instead of just the normal 3 times bonus XP.
Okay.
So you're going to get a ton of XP. It's still going to be... I imagine there might be a Staravia or 2 out there, but it won't be it won't be as prominent because that's not the feature bonus for this one.
Good.
So it'll be mostly Starlies, in which case, if you haven't seen them, they're there's a little bit more brown. They're more birds. I like Staraptor with the blue swoosh.
The blue swoosh?
It's like a brown bird with the blue swoosh. It kind of looks like it has a glow to it. I'm vibing with it. But like you said, increased spawns, 3 times catch XP. So for plebeians like myself who need to get more XP, I'm excited for that. I'd like to set a modest goal, 250k XP or something like that.
That's
maybe.
Pretty solid. I don't even give a fuck because I'm already.
That's what I'm saying. You're 50, but I mean, it's just the same as it used to be when people stockpiled experience because they're going to increase it from 40 to 50 one day. True. And there was already the case where people were like, I already have 3 times level 40 XP, and I'm like, that's insane to me, but that's super cool. Cool. So you're still stockpiling XP for your maybe whenever they release level 60, when Mewtwo comes and like
slays everybody. Yeah.
So anyway, 3 times catch XP is cool. Same with the incense and the lures. 2 times catch candy is always nice. 2 times catch or chance to receive Starly XL candy. That's one of my other kind of low-key favorite things about Community Day is all the XL candies because
it's a perfect time to stock up.
Max out a Pokemon, especially if you're still trying to get to 50, you're gonna have to do that. It's pretty cool. 1 extra special trade can be made during the event and 5 hours after the event, so that's going to be 3 max in the day, which is nice. Because right now it's 2 based on the season ago. They should just make that at least permanent, if not 5.
Dude, I fucking
make it
love
5.
It. I love it.
But anyway, and then trades made during the event will, and 5 hours after the event, because it's going to do the rating thing again.
Yeah.
Will be 50% less Stardust, so you're more incentivized to trade then too, which is super cool. I'm always a big fan of that. Again, you can photobomb, you can do all the other fun stuff. I'm looking forward to this. I kind of like that they kept that mechanic, the rating. Because that was fun. I think it was really nice. We wound down with some Jamba after Community Day, and we were just vibing, and the vibes were immaculate. And we were chilling out there. We did the raid, and we didn't even have to do the raid. Like you said, it's like other people can do the raid, and they still spawn in the area. It's just like it's an extension of Community Day, essentially. And in this case, with Dino or Dano, it felt like the proper Dino Community Day because Zweilous was so prominent during Community Day.
That fucker was everywhere.
The 2 heads. And again, that would be rectified. I wouldn't mind the Staravia being out in the wild if it could be shiny. That's all I'm saying. If any of those Zweilous could have been shiny, no one would have cared. Yeah. But the fact that it can't be shiny, no one even wanted to click on it to check, even if you got extra candy.
Because we already were getting extra fucking candy.
Exactly.
We're just getting flooded
It's just like,
with candy.
get your shit together, all right? Just let every Pokemon be shiny, and then just bump up the rates for special events, and then, keep it normal for non-events.
Yeah.
And everything else is pretty similar to Community Day, or pretty standard for Community Day. I think that's pretty cool, though. So, that's coming out. The other thing that you kind of mentioned it before this, and I thought it was kind of neat because I was not paying attention. But Niantic rolled out some news yesterday regarding Community Day, and just kind of the game in general. And the headline was, and if you're like me, you just ignore fucking news. Enjoy July Community Day meetups in select cities. So, if you click on that little news article, there's like this. We're excited to announce more information about July Community Day's in-person meetups happening on Community Day between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. the local times. So there's like a little link in there. You tap on that, it takes you to a map, and obviously it's using my location data, so it knows exactly where I am.
Scary.
But as you can see, there's a map of Colorado. Mm-hmm. And you tap on it, you like kind of zoom out a little bit, and it has like there's a dot on the Aurora Demonstration Garden, which is at AMC, which is usually where we're playing for these types of events. And the description's like, this park may be a fun place to play with your local community while enjoying some fresh air. And it's highlighting places that we know a lot of our community plays at.
Yep.
So, there's that. There's Wash Park. There's a few other, obviously downtown. There's a few other things. They're highlighting parks. They're highlighting places to play. And if you're looking at the map, there's one in Boulder that's red. And I guess that's going to be
29th Street.
29th Street Mall, yeah. And that's going to be an in-person event. So I imagine they're going to have some kind of Niantic volunteers or some.
They'll have like the little cutouts.
Yeah, to do some fun like in-person events. So that's pretty neat. And if you actually zoom out on that map, you get to see the rest of the world, or at least the U.S., and it shows you kind of where those in-person events are happening throughout cities everywhere, and stuff like that. So I think that's really cool, and that's a nice new addition. I guess, if they're going to steal our data, they must use it for something, right?
I would hope so.
I think that's cool. For those of you that are maybe playing in a different area, or traveling, when I was in New York, I didn't know where the hot spots to play were, even though
everything's Central Park.
Just play everywhere. I mean, like you're in New York City, you just play everywhere. But like, say we're going to, God forbid, Topeka, Kansas, or something, and we're like, hey, where do we want to go or Community Day?
Do they even have Pokemon there?
Exactly, I don't know.
Do they?
Just like if you ever want to see something sad, go look at the map for South Korea.
Oh, is there like nothing there? They don't know
there's no Pokemon Go in South Korea.
That's so sad.
Because it's something with their government. They couldn't get the game going.
Damn.
So like it's funny because South Korea is just like a wasteland of Pokemon Go. So like say you were a spoofer or whatever, even if you like tried to jump over there or whatever, there's nothing there. It's just empty.
Like, hello?
Which is pretty funny to me. I only know that because I have friends that live in Korea, and they're like, hey, look at my Pokemon Go. It's just green blankness for forever. No stops, nothing in the sky. There's like the sky background. It's like the game background, and that's it. And like there's their trainer in the middle of the green wasteland. Yeah. So I always thought that was kind of funny. But anywho, yeah. So again, sad. God forbid we're in Topeka, Kansas or something. Where do you want to do Community Day? It's going to be like, take your ass to Kansas City. Or, just go home. But really, though, it's a neat little tool to help. And again, I think you have to be a little bit active in kind of noticing that. Because, again, I think I just swiped the fucking notification out of my way yesterday when it popped up on screen. I mean, I was busy with other stuff. But, like, I think that's pretty cool. Hopefully they do more of that.
Too busy for Pokemon?
I still want Niantic to help. They talked
Topeka,
about
Kansas does have a park.
I'm sure they do.
It is called Gage Park.
Oh. Well, if you're in Topeka, please play in Gage Park, I guess. There's a cool community there.
It's near the zoo.
Oh, okay. Definitely playing there then.
That's dope.
But I was going to say the kind of the other aspect of it, like, this is really cool. I think it's another tool to help, because, again, they're trying to get people to do more in-person events, get out there and play more. And, again, I can kind of respect that. Obviously, being safe and be as safe as you can out there, because people are still getting sick. COVID
COVID still exists, people.
It's still a real thing, so be careful when you're going out. But when it comes to like this type of thing, it's something that they mentioned in the past where they want to empower community leaders. And I always laughed because I was like, how do you know who's the community leaders or not? And like part of that is maybe we can reach out to them, but half the time we reach out, we just get straight ignored. Unless you have a Twitter.
I don't even really.
I'm kidding.
Don't want Twitter.
But it's like those things. It's like I think that would do leaps and bounds. Because it seems like they're organizing these in-person events in like random cities across the country.
Yeah.
For us at least, I'm not sure how it works in like Europe and everywhere else. I didn't really look at those, but I was looking at it, and there's like quite a few of those red dots around the U.S. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty cool. They're organizing that, but like, who works those events? I
How
don't
do you
imagine.
even get involved with that?
That's what I'm saying. And then who counts as community leaders, and like, is there an opportunity? And I think there is, and we've talked about it, and that's on our wish list. But like, to empower community leaders to be able to host your own events. Like I said, just give me like lawn darts that I can throw Pokemon stops down. Go to the park. Like, hey, I'm going to host an event. It's an in-person event, Niantic. Exactly what you want us to do. Maybe we go to a park that we haven't played at yet, and we're showcasing the city. We're learning more about that stuff. We are going, shit like that. Like, give us the tools to be able to do those types of things. I think it'd be a lot of fun. And not for nothing, we do a lot already with no tools, essentially. And we've had a lot of really good events, and a lot of really good times with the community out there. Oh, yeah. But imagine if Niantic would be a little bit more pro-consumer in this case and pro-community, help those grassroots really grow.
I wonder if that's something we can maybe talk to like Silph Road and see how they got involved to actually have their partnership. True. Or maybe that's something they might be working on with them. That's probably where they got it, because they know they have all the players who would enter stuff in, and they know who hosts events where.
True. I mean, Jompus, the dude that runs Silph Road, is in our Discords. Yeah. So, because he's in Colorado, it makes sense.
So, I don't know.
That'd be kind of cool. Like I said, it's just like one of those things where they want people to get out, and they're starting to get people out there, which is fine.
Yeah, they're making some positive changes.
Like I said, the in-person Go Fest sounds way better than the
than our experience in Chicago.
So they've done better there. But I was saying even better than our remote Go Fest that we still paid for. It's just like instances like that's kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
Because like if remote Go Fest is going to be that bad, then just maybe not charge people for it.
Or just charge less. Like, again, I think the remote should be something that gets people excited to play, or maybe it's a precursor to the more in-person events.
And we were
to be like, if you want, and I still think for me personally, the remote Go Fest was dope. Again, because I was playing pretty hard, and I was even playing 2 accounts, and that's pretty hard for most people. So I was like, and again, third-party catchers are fucking legit. Definitely advocate for them. But again, just knowing what communities to go, having a whole game plan prior to that weekend. So we knew where we're going to go, who we're going to try to kick it with, where we're going to go eat afterward to make sure there were still stops around. All that is really thought out. And most people aren't going to think that way through. Even down to what snacks we're bringing, how we want to advertise said snacks, trying to think about the weather. Colorado, you have to plan for all that, because Colorado is random as fuck. For anyone who's lived here knows that. Right now we're getting rains and thunderstorms, and then 90-degree days, and then nights are super cool. We just came out of the 4th of July, so people are going to be shooting fireworks for the next couple of days.
Yeah.
Those
aren't fireworks.
They're gunshots.
Yeah, no,
but you just got to be aware of your surroundings. But again, I was super glad to hear from Alphanumeric Joe about the unknowns for that 2 minutes before seeing the gameplay, and I'm just come on, bring that to us. I just want Niantic to take this information from Colorado and be all right, here's a Go Fest for Colorado. We'll do it at 16th Street, because I think that'll just be the easiest in-person thing to do. They just have their setup at the Civic Center Park. and they could be gated away from all the homeless people who, if they're there or not.
No, I agree.
And then they just go from there, and then they just work with nearby restaurants to be like, do you guys want a temporary sponsored stop so we could promote your business and also promote a stop? Dope. Yeah. Here you go. Because there's plenty of good eats there. And you just go from there. Like, or do it around, like, Taste of Colorado.
Yeah.
That would be dope because there's plenty of fucking people already there. And it'd be chaotic, but also really fun.
I agree. You know, like I said, but that's one of those things. You can empower community leaders in that area. Like, if you announced, hey, if you're interested in helping host a in-person GoFest event in your city, reach out to us. And, you know, we applied back then, and we were going to apply. A lot of that shit went to the wayside anyway. But either way, point is like they had that, and then we never really saw what happened of it. And, you know, it's kind of nice to see them change the cities that they're hosting these events in.
Yes.
In general.
Hell yeah.
It'd be cool to see that more. You know, maybe next year or the year after, it's not just GoFest Seattle, it's GoFest in 6 different cities.
GoFest Vegas.
GoFest Vegas for adults only.
Yes. I want that, Niantic, please.
It'd be a great time.
Do that.
An absolute great time.
I would go to fucking Vegas.
Oh, we are going
for Vegas. Pokemon.
We're going to Vegas for GoFest Vegas, even if it doesn't exist. That's all I'm saying.
That would be dope. I want a
Hit
nice
us up if you want to go to GoFest
margarita
Vegas,
and just be like, let's fucking walk.
We should go the F1 weekend.
But then people will be there for F1. It'll just be chaos.
You just said
chaos.
We can all do chaos is fun. Yeah.
All right, you're right.
I'm kidding. We don't have to do that. It'll be expensive.
Gotta go to Mardi Gras for Pokemon.
Oh my gosh! If you had to pull my leg, I guess. No, I mean
it'd be dope.
Those are fun events and cultural events. Something we always wanted out of Pokemon Go.
I think maybe that's something we just have to talk to different Aurora people and get like a small group. Yeah. And be like, plan your Airbnb. Here's resources.
We could do.
Maybe we can make that trips. Like a page. Oh my God, you're right.
Here, did you sign your waiver?
Did you sign your waiver?
Sign your fucking waiver?
No, we would not have children. They'd have to be 21
No.
and
I'm talking about for even adults like you. Did you get your mom? I'm going to give you a fucking permission slip. Hopefully your mom.
You need to have all your warnings, your emergency contacts in case we can't find you.
Here's a waiver. Justin, JayTi7N is not responsible or liable for any issues that happen or occur during
if he goes to jail
after hours. Vegas or whatever.
Oh shit.
GoFest Vegas after hours. Anyway, no, that'd be fun. Yo, hit us up.
That'd be fucking
if you
cool.
want to try to organize something like that, because that would be a lot of fun.
That'd be really cool.
And I think we should try to travel more and do fun things.
Yeah, I know people have the travel bug now, especially after being stuck indoors. Like a good amount of people who were really trying to adhere to all the COVID quarantine stuff.
You guys are going outside?
I was going outside. I wasn't trapped indoors. That's why I didn't understand all the. I feel trapped.
No, it's like
stuck in. I was like, you could go outside, bitch. The fuck?
Just go touch some fucking grass, bro.
Yeah, you just stay away from people.
No, I just that meme lives rent free in my head. I forgot what it's from. Where he's like, you guys are getting paid.
Oh, from fucking shit. What movie had Jennifer Aniston in it? Because he was like made up that fake family.
Yeah.
And he was giving all the people like their cut. And he's like, "You guys got paid for this?
Wait, you guys are getting paid for this?" Yeah. I just apply that to just different aspects. Like, oh wait, you guys are going outside, or oh wait,
you guys doing that?
Wait, you're going to the orgy? No.
So
but really, I'm not doing a GoFest orgy. No. But either way, we got those are cool events, and I think that'd be really cool. Like I said, Niantic has opportunities, and obviously, you know, they have their own direction that they're going with the game, and there's a lot of crazy shit going on. But I think they do have these opportunities where they can do cool stuff. Like I said, empower us to help host these events. Because again, that'll just get like people out there and going. And even if it's not, you know, maybe we do see GoFest in 6 different cities. Because like even with our little tournament, remember we hosted regionals for Pokemon Go, like the PvP tournament. People came in from fucking like 3 states away. Someone came from North Dakota,
which is dope,
to be part of our regional tournament.
Which is really cool.
That's insane.
We need to do those.
We filed everyone into Heroes.
And Heroes still have plenty of space.
To do a regional PvP tournament, and people came from all over to be part of that. Like, we can still organize those types of events. And, like, not just us. Like, there's a lot of great communities out there that do that kind of stuff, that can do that stuff. And And so, yeah, I think it'd just be cool to be able to have those types of tools and really do some cool things with the community. I mean, obviously, we're going to do cool things regardless.
Yeah.
But it'd be just a little bit of help to be like, hey, here you go. Here's 10 stops. Here's a gym. Here's here's an exclusive Pokemon that only spawns in your region for a day.
Like, again, all the
like,
cool events other countries get to host.
Turn the button on.
I just want them to give that option and availability to people who are interested in hosting. Again, they can delegate, like, give people the ability to, like
give us an opportunity.
Give us, like, rankings within our Pokemon system to be like, hey, you're of this, you're a community leader, you have this ability to drop stops for an event. Or you work with Sylph Road, oh shit, you're a registered member with them, you have your card. Yeah. Cool, you get enough 20 traveler cards registered in this area consistently, we're going to drop you a special gym here on these days. Like, you guys can do so much.
Yeah, and not for nothing, those communities that are willing to put in the effort and time to do those types of events or host those types of events, commit that kind of level of stuff, they're going to be able to showcase what they can do. We have the receipts to be like, hey, this is what our community has done in the past, what we can
maybe
do.
We just have to make more of it.
This is our reach.
I feel like, as disgusting as it is to me, maybe we have to make more of a Twitter effort every time we host an event to be like, hey, look what Aurora can do. Look what Aurora can do. And it's like Stuart, like jumping. I feel like we got to do that every event we do and show like there's people constantly there. Because I think other communities do that. We're definitely not the most like...
We have no social media presence.
Yeah, like we don't... Well, at least on Twitter. Like I don't think we...
Well, I'm talking about... Well, I mean Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah.
Where's our Insta for anything? We don't have it. So, like...
Do we need an Instagram?
Yeah. Facebook is like third or fourth place in terms of, like, social media. Especially if you're building a brand. Like, right now, TikTok's the hot stuff. If we just do fucking Aurora Masters TikToks, it'd be great. TikTok, like, if you're building a brand, TikTok's where you want to be. Twitter's a pretty good Twitter and Instagram, I'd say, are second and third.
Okay. So is that something we need to do then? Is get like a Twitter branch and a...
I mean, once upon a time, Stevie had a...
Who did?
Steve had a Twitter for after Raid Hours.
Oh yeah, he did.
You know, so we can still do stuff like that. Sure. I mean, I think we could make a better effort to be, more in social media and stuff anyway. And if anyone else is like really fucking, like I said, passionate about being a social media manager, doing social media, hit us up. Because I'm dog shit at it. So
yeah, I definitely need help.
I'm a lurker at best. I'm serious. Like I have a Twitter. I've had a Twitter for 6+ years now, or longer than that, and I literally use it to follow people. I think my only tweets I've ever had on there were a tweet that like showcased my Inktober's on Instagram.
Yeah.
I don't think, or I've tweeted for like to enter a sweepstakes. I don't think I've ever actually had an honest, like, from my mind tweet on my Twitter.
Well, that's good.
So I look like a fucking bot. So that being the case, yeah, I'm not the go-to for social media. I'm not good at that. So, but if anyone else is or has any interest, hit us up. I think it'd be cool. It'd be really good for our community in general, not just after Raid Hours, but
yeah.
Well, you got anything else for the people?
No. Again, it's summer. Be safe. Be smart. Make good choices.
Stay cool.
Have fun.
It has been raining a little bit more recently here, which is cool.
Take care of your plants.
Please take care of your plants.
And your dogs. And your pups. Your furry babies.
They're taking care of you, so.
Well, yeah, they tolerate me,
so please take care of them.
I could love them for that.
Isn't that right?
Other than that, that's about it for me.
Yeah, right on. We love you guys. Stay safe out there.
Bye.
Bye.